the case where the most appraised have been survivors, Vuma poses the haunting question: the real heroes, are they not dead? But they also fought for this freedom of expression. They also fought for us to be able to express ourselves like freely.
Yeah.
If we see something, you say it. Hey, not this whole concept which is see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. Three monkey. We are not allowed to comment. But evil, they went to war and fought for the same rights that we are now fighting for. Unfortunately, we can't do what they did now.
Yeah.
Because we don't even have the right to ask them. Hi guys, welcome to our midweek show, the special edition soon after Heroes Day and Defense Forces. I'm your host Jive with a beard that connects Kanaraka Kamwa. I do not come alone. Mm-hmm. Come as in we are alone.
Oh, okay, you have to. Yeah, so I am Miss Rach with the most, and I'm next to my host who just had to insinuate that he didn't come alone.
You're wearing yellow.
Yes.
Citizen color. Citizen color. For hope. For change.
For change.
Yes.
And it's also on the flag too.
So we have been hearing Darangarira Musi Wandisiagam Mwana wenyu amai. So I didn't go to bang, but you know how it is. I was expecting our musician who's now a verified artist on Audiocus. We'll talk about that.
Yes, we'll talk about
it. But have you noticed how Chimbetu has 2 songs that plays in Zim for every week for a certain event? When you're going towards New Year, tenda wariona. Then prior to Heroes Day and Defense Forces as well. You know, imagine living a legend like that.
Yeah, you left a mark. Left a mark. And it's like every single time you actually tend to appreciate, because I don't think there are any other artists who would want to sing about like Magamba or heroes. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're there, but we don't know them. But he's the one who just had to.
You remember? Do you remember the song Tormented Soul? Do you know? Hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, God. It has been a take back what I wanted to say.
Could see someone has died.
Yes.
Someone has departed. So, what happened to Mabira and Magala in my days? I remember you used to have Manam Zebira,
I'm forgetting.
Umdala to Gala. Yes. Then they come a Chimoyo. Remember that Chimoyo Solidarity Bash?
Yes.
That bash, bruh, it caused a lot though. I read an article, someone who was criticizing Chings for having participated in that gala because of what it represented
in Mozambique.
Given why are we celebrating? Given what happened there,
okay,
why then did we celebrate? It was unlike Mzebira, where we commemorate Mzenda and Umdala wetu. You know?
Yeah.
But I miss those. I
really do miss those. You know, it's so funny. I was actually thinking about it sometime last week when we were talking about like heroes, and I was talking about how, for example, is that Jonathan Moy, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who was really prominent in trying to push for galas, but now he just died. I guess maybe
Jonathan Moy was that. All right, Zimbabwe current the ruling party and the new CCC and other shadow parties that will come.
Yeah,
I doubt if they will ever have a propagandist as good as Professor.
Professor.
Jonathan Moore. Anyway, Tandemi ndatirambe mak. I mean, I'm not sure about the lyrics. Ispambemi ndatirambe mak. Whatever. Shingirira.
Yeah.
You know, even Pax Afro. Let it play.
Let it play.
Let the music play. You young millennial. Google that.
Google that. 2K. Google that. We grew up on that.
We grew up on.
Yeah, we grew up on that.
Like ZBC was that.
Radio.
It was. I know. Now we say ZBC is a tool for the ruling party and all that. But see, then it was effective. And
for us, the girls, I still remember looking up to the lead lady who was singing "When You Leave the Room." I don't know. That's the thing. It's like they just disappear.
But I know one of those guys is Michael Munyere.
Oh,
Mr. Michael Munyere in the other, there were two Munyere.
Well, they were part of Pax Afro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Michael was part of Pax Afro.
I didn't even comprehend it that time.
And then the other one, there's my brother who is not Amos, who was also part of Pax Afro. So that was an interesting project.
Yeah, very much interesting. Yeah. And
speaking of Heroes Day, what does it mean to you? Besides, of course, the fact that you're on a bus.
Yeah.
What else?
What Heroes really means for me, it's in two parts. The first part is I really do appreciate what the heroes and the heroines, what they did for us, and for us to get back our land, our freedom, for us to just do whatever we want, and all that. But at the same time, I'm at a point where I'm critiquing Heroes Siachona, so it's like a two-way thing, how I feel about it. But at the same time now I feel like it's being weaponized against my very same freedom that I'm happy for, celebrating the liberty that I got from the whole essence of what Heroes is.
All right, I'll get to that. I'll just read here. Zimbabwe Heroes Day, also referred to as National Heroes Day, is a public holiday in Zimbabwe that is observed on the second Monday in August each year in honor of Zimbabwe's liberation war heroes and heroines. Mm-hmm. History: Zimbabwe War for Liberation, also known as Timurenga or Rhodesian Bush Wars, lasted for more than 15 years. An estimate of over 10,000 guerrilla fighters died and over 20,000 civilians were killed during the battle.
Yeah. That's like a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And at least we're celebrating about the Heroes Day. And is there more information or more adverts that I want to growing up on how good Heroes is now?
No.
I don't think so.
Is it because Akuna or is like Tapa internet?
I guess people now they've moved to internet because you know what you
look forward to
it
and what it meant to us now. People will do holiday food make sense. But now in the corporate world where the public holiday 2 days. After weekend.
That's how we used to like it.
Even Groove.
Yeah.
Even Groove, there's now Panesetra Stana, Maskiri, Mapfumo, and Rocky, and all that. And then soup, soup manje, Matara Madara, ice of 3, 4.
Yeah, so I don't mean it.
Hey, nobody on a frango slow majiro. Kerebu. Those were we used to enjoy that.
Yeah.
But now,
Go.
Neparo TV kuti woko. We used to love those, and maybe because it was highly advertised and pushed on us. It was so much you look forward to it. Yes, now we are talking about it in passing. Like last week, we're now looking forward to it because it's a day of work.
Yeah, it's just another day.
Hey.
Or maybe it's just us. Or maybe comment down in the comment section below, what do you think and what Heroes really means to you? And do you still get, if you were born in the 1990s, I'm at 2Ks.
Yeah,
Maybe you can sit this one out.
I'm at 2K. Talk about my titty.
Yeah, but in the 1990s, tell me if it still has the same effect like it used to have prior.
But what's the criteria though? Like, all right, I want to read something here. I want to play the devil's advocate for a minute.
Yes.
I want to quote Thomas Mvuma on his collection of poems. This one is from Survivors. He said, faced with the case where the most appraised have been survivors, Mvuma poses the haunting question: the real heroes, are they not dead?
Can you repeat again?
The reason why I quoted this is I was reading an article as well. The real heroes, are they not dead? Coming from a situation now, we are faced with the case where the most appreciated or appraised are survivors, but aren't the real heroes dead?
Yeah, that's a very good quote.
Why is it heroes now are
Yeah.
Can only hero you live long enough to become the villain?
Yes.
Kana usinofa. Ukasafa.
Because the reason why we don't even celebrate, because as sister relevance, but they fought to free us. Look at where we are right now.
Even this topic, someone out
Yeah.
but when they fought, they also fought for this freedom of expression.
Freedom of expression.
They also fought for us to be able to express ourselves like freely.
Yeah.
If we see something, as it is,
I should be open enough.
Hey, not this whole concept of see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. Three monkey. We are not allowed to comment. But evil, they went to war and fought for the same rights that we are now fighting for. Unfortunately, we can't do what they did now.
Yeah.
Because we don't even have the right to assemble without fear.
Tear gassed.
Hey, even the whole conversation that you're having right now,
what's the audacity of them to speak of this?
But the real heroes, are they not? I saw a documentary long before, and yet and Robert Mugabe, what happened? It was coming from a position when we won the war, then there were so many articles and videos where people were talking about Vara. But fast forward 20 years later, 25 years later, 35 years later, what happened on the 17th of August? On November, people were in town saying Gashibaya. So what you are saying is, if you live longer, chances are you live long to be a villain.
Yeah.
You become what you're fighting.
Yeah, you become the very thing that you're running away from. Because even if we try to look into how the history of the heroes and heroines, yeah, it's a bit problematic considering that we really don't know like the full of it. We just know what has been pumped down our throats through media. And now we are at a point where we cannot give in a different perspective when it comes to why or how is Heroes Day, like what it means to us. Because for us, like growing up, you would hear that music and stuff, but now we are at an age, okay, fine. Mighty Chilambeta Kashinga, but you actually meant otherwise, because now it's like we're still stuck.
Now Ramema Kashinga is now coming in. Oh, I've so we are now being taught over
in the name of patriotism.
Yes. If you speak against that, the National Patriotic Act will come after you. You get. So at the end of the day,
to quote out of the Zana Cage, patriotism is dead. Kwamusama rebels and tyrants.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Triple X in one.
Kwamusama rebels and tyrants. It's also if you speak against the tyranny that is happening in the system, why rebel?
Yeah.
Or no, you are beaten.
Yes.
So it's like new wine in old bottles. chakachinja pa container.
Yeah.
Ichinja kaiswa imomo, but the form, the way they operate, you know.
And it's a very African problem if you look at it. It's like you never see it in other countries where they try to villainize a very freedom, liberty-driven day that people have to genuinely support and celebrate what the day means. I don't think in America every time when they see like a militant, or it's just an example, I'm not saying like let's be America, but then you find with Ivano so cautious like Masoja, here we fear them. Like there's that fear of like if I say something or if you cross past them, you are thinking, am I even wearing something that is right? Is my mask? Or now even simple things like wearing a mask is so politicized.
Do you know the only time that we actually celebrated with Masoja was that day
for the
that you all regret now? Most of the people have selfies with I mean, it was only Saturday. I was at church. The church must got to be in town.
Yeah.
So we thought, finally.
Yeah.
We can breathe. Finally, we can now experience. You know, over the last week and the other week, there are headlines like arrests, Zanu-PF activists.
Yeah.
So like there's this one, ends of ED, Chiwenga, Zanu-PF youth won.
There's another one as well when it wasn't really a headline, but then there was a young lady that I was supposed to have an interview with about issues to do with breaking the silence. Zanu-PF youth went to my offices kwao akano muviringa, so she was actually talking to me. She's like, those are double and stuff, and I'm like, what are the odds?
You know, trauma is real. Trauma that we live in is we are living a life of suffering.
Trauma.
Like literally, even our history as a people, itongoreka kusafa.
Yeah.
Takati chiva Smith regime, takano jamba, we jumped from a frying pan into the fire, literally.
Yeah. With our own skin oppressing.
You know, over the years, it's. I was talking to Fesong Chuyagono Baza. You remember talking about my agro checks? Talking about my traveler's checks?
Yeah.
Which was there?
Horrifying times.
Like, you know, I was privileged. Would I say privileged? You used it, huh? Did you?
There were chocolates in my pangolin, posita Maria, my pangolin.
My pangolin, sort of a gold something color. Then 5 cents. Then 5 cents, and then you got 2.
Great Zimbabwe, and get $1. Great Zimbabwe.
But not for long. You know, I will quote Shima Chinojika in his poem "Should Be Queues," where he said, "They were told to not reimburse. They were told to devalue we were told to devalue our currency, but we did not listen. We were told not to reimburse the liberation heroes. We did not listen. We were told on so many things that we were told, no, but look now, we are living. We are too broke to do anything."
Yeah, and because it's very unfortunate, Kuti. Their generation and us, the millennials, before the Gen Zs, us the millennials. I don't know about the Gen Zs because we're still going in the future. Us, we are such a generation. It is very unfortunate because we are carrying the burden of having the previous generation, and their generation to try and go into the cycles. So that's why you see like there are so many mental health issues. We can't even like build ourselves, and we have never really enjoyed the honey and milk of the country, and we are the majority. The fact that we are a whole majority and we still don't have a voice in parliament, or the very youth, my youth, actually quote in quotes, to have a birth certificate out, not my dates, my youth, because that's also another issue.
We are not a poor country, but we are poorly governed.
Definitely.
I remember a question that we asked in college, the problems that are facing Zimbabwe, are they due to natural causes or poor management or poor governance?
I think it's poor
governance. The majority was poor governance.
Yeah.
Because we have it. We have everything.
Yeah.
Zimaseti clearly stipulated what needed to be done. the 10-point plan clear. They know what needs to be done. They know, like my promises, I'll take back the promises that were given to us by the current sitting president. Let me look for them. I wrote them down. But one of them was creation of employment. Is zero tolerance on corruption.
So I get that one is like a singing mantra.
Develop infrastructure worthy of the new Zimbabwe. Generate unprecedented educational and employment opportunities for our youth. Establish a modern, note this, establish a modern and affordable
society
healthcare system for all. Do you know South Africa? South Africa, mahara. In most cases. My basic, unless I am operations, my two. No, these are promises that were made because they know we need this.
Yeah.
But 5 years later, you got, I'll quote RPUs. And the 5 years later, I'll just rephrase. 5 years later, you got Omar Reserve. It's actually waste now.
Yeah. It's actually waste.
That we expected. The reason why we were so many in town that day was because we thought the new face is going to come with
different ideologies.
Exactly. Like implementation.
Structuralism. That's there.
Because having ideas is not enough.
Yeah.
We need to implement on the idea. So that I'll just read through my headlines that pan up. For example, Zim inflation reached 257% in July. Global inflation hits diasporians with double blow. When are we going to have
stable?
No, like good news.
Yeah.
Just go to good news. Every day to Namo Zimbabwe. Right, like takutofa honge kufamba takasungirira machira eredhi pamotokari dzedu like on a daily.
Yeah.
Because the trip and all the time because of poor governance. People know what needs to be done. What we are just saying in commemoration of our lost heroes and the living heroes as well. Could he do better?
Yeah.
Do better by us.
Do not villainize heroes. Let people be able to like speak their mind and let's try to rebuild our own country.
No, because this is a lot. 20,000 civilians were killed during the battle.
Yeah, it's
and 10,000 guerrilla fighters died.
And
this is human life.
And patriotic torine mango my heroes like vakarwa wondo vachira alive but they've never been compensated. They are struggling. Like if you see Manenga Chigara or Markuva, it doesn't make sense.
This whole idea of compensating, if it needs to be done, must be done properly. I will quote again. Today I'm talking about T.S. Vuma. He wrote in Petals of the Unknown, and the sun owns no sword of soil. The sun owns no sword of soil without any land either in Borode or Budiriro, even a name written in honor or in history. That's Petals of the Unknown is like the real heroes could have died.
Yeah.
The ones that if you want to stories there vanoenda kuona vachimataura vanhu vacho vanenge vachigwesha kuna zvekutamba but vane mabullet wounds unotirirape. You know, most of these leaders were at school when things were happening here.
They partook in this war.
So last week we were doing a photo shoot along Samora. So as he was talking, do you know what Mugabe did to this country? Like paying attention. By example, we were so okay. Every December, Times of Victoria Falls, a company. We were taking care of like my apartments are actually just opposite Gate opened up Gate opened up Theatre and Park, Hara Gardens. Actually, my apartments they were meant for workers.
Oh. Actually,
a company I made AIG.
Yeah.
You know, but when land reform happened and everything that followed, things went to shit even further.
Yeah.
West. Or so I think we're just touching on the surface here. They know what needs to be done. Give the new guy
Guys a chance.
give us a new face, a new guy. Not saying the new guy will come and do things, but maybe confident
Yeah, believe in the faith as well, in literally everything.
We need the new guy.
Yeah.
We need a new guy, whoever he is, even within the structures. But we need a new guy. We need a rebrand.
Yeah.
We need
for the whole country.
We don't need a new dispensation, which is just a different face in time, but same order of doing things.
Yeah. And I think it's...
We need money. We need money that works. We need a healthcare system that works. We need proper transport. Like Zupoma Zuma Ndokwira anado.
Anobai.
Anado. Literally anado. Ushipinda pa do bega. Apana chinovhara, all right. So there's one person and so part of the bus area and to grab my stairs baby. That's a health hazardous on its own. It's not safe. Well, we need proper.
And most of our cars anyway, it's not going to famba to road. This
is road weight.
And this road weight. Your road yacho now as well. I stop going capacity abantu varimo.
Exactly.
Further expansion, further development. I feel like in Africa, Zimbabwe, ichangoramba remain, ichingova a victimized situation. What are actually developing countries? But what exactly are you doing? Because we do have countries like Ethiopia who have refused the donor funding, and they're still doing so much. They're doing great. Our
problems is Zimbabweans are self-inflicted.
And we're so chilled, and we always want to be funded on something, and it keeps becoming like a circle where we just depend.
How can we be in a country it reaches ours
yeah.
You need a diarrhea outbreak, malaria outbreak in 2022. Typhoid,
Zimstats and Zimstats census, right?
Okay.
But that's just Zimstats to begin with. Let's talk about the bureaucracy to just access information, a basic human right. They make it so difficult for you.
Not
Google and my statistics are not shandisa when we have a whole body to offer statistics. You politicize things, basic human right.
What happens is the moment that you get access to a certain information, you remember that document that runs the Democrat, the 2013 to a constitution. It was not allowed to. Remember, Mdara told that it was not allowed to be aired in Zim. But the documentary, what pains me most about that documentary is, you know who was at the forefront? Douglas Monzora. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I cannot speak on that because I'm not sure on what happened. But he was representing the other party. Ukakuna Nick Mangwana. It's Paul Mangwana. Nick ndiari patukita so Paul Mangwana, yeah. And Douglas Monzora, they were the like vaifamba vachigadzira vachaita is but it was not allowed to be aired in Zim. It was authorized also to restrict access to information. It is so restricted. They know the moment that you acquire a certain knowledge, you become ungovernable.
Yeah.
Then you become the rebel part.
Yeah.
A tyrant will see you.
They'll label you. You'll be a target on your head.
But Zimbabwe is on a properly supported. We were talking about Zimbabwe film strategy the other day.
Yeah.
We talked about Zimbabwe music strategy the other. We are now going towards a place of if our government and the boards that are responsible for any certain type of like things are they not because of corruption or are they for the people?
Yeah.
Like that we're talking about earlier. I was giving you props for being a verified artist on Audiocus, which is an initiative, a Zimbabwean initiative where people now won't need to go and put their music on Spotify. This is Zimbabwean thing by Zimbabwean for Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
But it needs money for that to run. For now, they are not monetizing their thing because they are still putting money into making that thing. I said what money up, but seeing that a proper place, a proper country will rally and support that.
Yeah.
A proper Grini will rally and support that because it's for the worst off is by youth.
Yeah, it's by a young person. Yeah.
Those people are
the ones behind the
they need support.
So you find the country has talent, but it dies because there's akuna that support.
You run it a loss.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I was talking to someone and they were asking me like, oh, so why is it your music is not on Spotify? Hear me out. I'm not saying that I'm too good for Spotify. Yes, people put their music on Spotify and all this, but this is just my preference. I will forever support a Zimbabwean person who is upcoming with that kind of application because I feel like it's curbing issues to do with imperialism at its best. Because you're putting your music on Spotify, the same issue that we have with social media applications. You put everything on Facebook, you put everything on YouTube, whatever. Tomorrow, if it dissolves, what then happens?
So our government needs to support us genuinely, not for photo ops.
Yes, not for photo ops.
And, buy the youth vote. We need proper and honest support in what we do as youth.
Because I see greatness in that application because it's not just for maybe if you're a good artist or whatever. It's us believing in a system that's going to support our very own music because we are out here trying to compete. Yes, it's good. It's a very healthy competition to compete with other countries and music and all this. But then just imagine the whole application where it supports your music and it stays there. And then people actually in the country go stream and then support you. Think about it like in a bigger picture of how this application is going to be.
We need that energy. They need to believe in us. Not kungupana na pachavo.
Exactly.
I want to quote again. Today I'm quoting T.S. Vuma. I wrote it down.
Yeah, you really did write it down. You're quoting him.
I just want to say, let me find it. Where is it now? But he was talking about a situation where yonye kupana na mari. Token of appreciation.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, he played leading actor, producer, and director. The script, albeit he did not write, which simply implied that there are people who take credit for things they did not contribute to. The most people with the money, the people with the tender, people who are given tenders mostly are incompetent. Look at what Say Wikno did that other time.
Yeah.
Gets by.
Yeah.
Perfect
example.
Exactly.
For this.
So we need them not to claim credit for things that did not do. We need them we don't need them to be in everything. That concerns them and live like God delegate.
Yeah, they should delegate.
Proper delegation.
Yeah. And when this thing that stifler, like my young people, like they've today I want to use this term again. They've villainized the term youth and certain terms. But I want the youth, it has to be bad. So it's like when you are very outspoken and you go up there and stuff, you become a target. So it's like you never have the space to actually speak and put your mindset or your ideas forth, because it's a young person. What you're saying is because you don't understand the history of where we come from, and then all of a sudden we are back into that box again of being told about I'm sorry, I dislike the whole thing and to go back to history. What history?
Hey, boss, we are not supposed to be having my headlines like CSOs demand withdrawal of PVO
bill. Why?
Like, we are not even supposed to be having that.
It's so problematic because you are saying a whole government that's failing. Okay, let me be bold enough. A whole government that's saying, oh, we want to do better in the health sector, for example. But then you need these very same CSOs to assist you with the diarrhea outbreak, because we know very well that our own currency does not know how to back that up or assist the people of different various communities, marginalized communities.
So what we are saying here is, in light of celebrating our heroes, may those that are still alive and taking all the credit and all the money and all the resources think of the little guy. At the end of the day, we need proper things. Like if they insist on staying in power, let them do right by us. And but at the end of the day, we are not saying we are not here to incite violence or anything. We are just here. We are just here to say, as youth, tabo, like the rightful term we must is
and
Tsoma.
And sometimes actually it becomes vayanzi policy from nowhere. Panama abuse, like left, right,
just to
center.
stifle and
just to stifle. It's like make them align, make them make sense, because we know you had the previous act or bill, whatever. You're failing at implementing the practicality of a bill. And all these other bills and acts, they all have like issues if you read into them. So it's like, make it make sense, really. Make it make sense. Because already I was watching one of my favorite YouTuber who does food, Anansi Soni. So he came to Zimbabwe and he was like, it's so funny. I didn't even know that Zimbabwe falls, like you have all these monumental things, like cool things about Zimbabwe. And then it dawned on me to realize, I get it, maybe there's globalization issues, modernization, where, there's one flow of information from the top going down. But then there are countries like Nigeria, South Africa, they don't even need to try. People know that South Africa is there. But why is it that our own teapot country, people don't know nothing about the country?
No, ZTA has been doing the most on that. Kudos to them. They've been attending like Africa, Indaba, that was in Durban. They were also in Dubai. They are doing the most so props to them on that. They're actually doing the most so that they share the spotlight on us. Because not just one news that Ningi, Celeb Ningi was in Victoria Falls, the other side.
Yeah. We had Ellen DeGeneres. She was in Zimbabwe as well. But it's a Twitter. People are not even milking that opportunity of foreign affairs and international relations.
So stop stealing resources.
Yeah, and
give back. Give back
to the people. And even people centered.
And even to the new guy, they need to be transparent. I was watching an interview. Father in my area, I want to be Mhlanga. Someone, she was asked the constitution. What was the process? And the answer was, the answer created like a commotion in comment section. Someone actually said, "You are lying. I disagree with you. You did not necessarily consult the citizens. Maybe you consulted the elite citizens. So we are saying, could you win in everyone who is interested in governing or taking power, be people-centered. Honestly, people-centered, not some people-centered. Some people,
because the pure understanding of realizing that we have marginalized communities in the country. And for you not to take that into consideration, it's just you not caring.
You know, the other answer was, we cannot tell you that we went to maybe kwa Murambinda to see Muri wana Kwanele for we are protecting them. I was like, okay, Spokes, it's okay, Spokes, it's okay, Spokes. But because it's like it's not on the media because to want.
Yeah.
What if it's not even we need transparency.
Transparency and accountability at its best.
Anyway, we don't want to
too much
on this, but yeah, let's continue to.
Just into the post-colony. The dream of the oppressed is to one day become the oppressed.
That absolute power will corrupt you absolutely.
Yo. So, and fights against a dictatorship, take note for you not to become one as well.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you get to get the power that you are so looking forward to, change it out. How's it, is it? Also, yeah.
Corrupt.
Yeah, I think we can say thank you to the true heroes of our country. We respect those who died for our country. The real heroes of our country. If only we could play I Salute You by Kingpin. It would have spiced this up. But those who know I Salute You, you can always look up the song and you get context of where we are coming from.
Yeah.
And so many years after this, so many years after the revolutions, how much grain have you gathered into grandmother's granary?
Zero.
So in finishing this, let's talk about authors, bro. These poems were written way before some of the problems that we're facing now.
Now, Abed, crazy, right?
Even cues that I quoted before Yashima Chinoji was written kudara. But Makius akazo tanyoka kudai FUO.
Yeah.
I'm sure even Makius I complained then. Akatozita times 4 because Murga that's show my foot there. Remember what Murga 2003 Murga that's the show my foot.
Yes.
Versus 2021, 2020 exactly. And even Thomas S. Vumao and every stone that turns. These are authors, things that they wrote then are now applicable now. Yeah. Last week I was telling you I attended a book launch at The Price of Sugar by Munyaradzi Savanhu. The contents of the book are in line with what is happening now. 10 years later, 20 years later, a child is going to read the Price of Sugar and they'll say, yeah. In the event of 2013,
yeah.
So the power of literature.
Yeah, the power of literature.
Yeah, we were talking about something last week as well. We now need to shed light on contemporary artists as well, because we have brilliant writers of our time.
Upcoming writers, and with maybe today to talk about even like my female upcoming.
How many do you know? You can actually say them by name. Bro.
I know Rudo Manyere. She's been doing very well. And I don't know about Petina Gaba. Petina Gaba has had books before. And in Zahara North, that was a book.
It was about you.
No.
It was about you, Timothy North.
Yes, about that. And then there's Amanda Mutabeni. As the realities of modern day dating, which is a question and answer book on relationships nowadays.
Exactly. We need these books as set books.
Yeah, it's set books.
In our schools.
Yeah.
Yes, they will always remain our prime.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we need to give credit as well to new authors. I have one particular female author and the Kudzai Parutu. And the book that embeds. It's on
Amazon?
It's on Amazon as well, and also some bookshops around in Chipinge, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So these are the youth we are talking about.
Yes, these are the people that we are talking about.
They need a country with proper policies that fights against corruption.
Yeah.
Sorry, that fights against piracy.
Yeah.
We need our modern day mambo press.
Yeah.
We need our modern day book publishers properly within, whether it's National Arts Council, a Ministry of what, but we need those which are properly managed in protecting our writers so that they won't retire Vashtambura.
Yeah.
They won't retire Peter.
True.
Because they are
end up being lecturers.
Yeah.
Not saying it's a bad thing becoming a lecturer,
but we need lecturer, part-time lecturer.
Yes.
We call a visiting lecturer. No, we want you, Light on Nule, to come and give us a lecture on popular culture, on Gramsci, on Stuart or something like that. but vachidya mari through their work of art. We need the government that protects our artists.
Yeah.
Even from pirates.
And I was just
Proper.
looking at the on social media when I was seeing Ana Uleni, what the culture that they are building.
Now
and
imagine
so
Uleni
dope.
Okandlove and crew given a part, a platform, or even a portion in Harare Gardens.
Yes.
Where they do. I know they are placed in Bari, but imagine a government funded space like the. Jacob Ngarivume last week actually promised people who attended the book launch Kuti is going to make it by law. Kuti everything that is in the CBD should support art. So whatever
or something.
Whatever. Art. Or imagine people like Wana Uleni and crew given a space in Harare Gardens. We are going to you know.
Yeah, I think that way it's a good thing because they are
people.
They're really bringing back not bringing back per se, but then they're bringing that whole weird fashion.
Exactly.
But now they're bringing that back, and that's like,
kushata kwakaita brains samarika nekunaka kwakaita masina na ulenika. We need proper governance so that masina akadaroka they are properly supported. I think we've talked enough for the Heroes Day special, don't you think?
Yeah,
do you have anything to say?
No, not really. I feel like we wanted to talk about thought-provoking opinions whereby we can get more of engagement in the comments maybe and see if people can actually add on to this, and let's keep the conversation coming. Because I would really want to know what Heroes Day means to a lot of people.
Yeah,
that would be,
for me, it means more than a holiday.
Same.
It means a lot.
Yeah, same.
Because we are proud. We are pride. Like, what can I say? What word can I...
Which is not patriotic.
The word that... the pride that other people give when they're talking about us having land.
Yes.
Our land and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It came through this. Oh no, I would land actually with
and you know what? It might sound very not hypocritical per se, or it might sound as if it's elitist or anything, but I still remember when I traveled abroad this other time. Do you know how proud I felt just to hold that flag, to just try to talk to people that I'm from Zimbabwe, and then you find others are holding their flags and whatnot, and maybe you're the only African who's there and stuff. And it's just I know we have problems in this country, but when you're out there, you really need to represent. That's when my patriotism comes to life, because I feel okay, I need to.
patriotism.
Yes, but here it's painful. J-folks.
Painful. So Defense Forces Day is on the next day after Heroes Day, and the National Army's tactics will be displayed to the public as entertainment.
Yes.
During these 2 days, schools will be closed and some business will not be operating. We had forgotten to comment on the displays by the Zimbabwean Army, bro.
They're good.
They're very good.
They're very good. The acrobatics, the fire thing,
even their
the
dogs,
horse stuff.
even their intelligent dogs.
They're good.
When you got not have a motor.
Yeah.
We always look forward to that.
To watching that.
To watching that on ZBC TV.
Yeah. I guess maybe that's the only way they're actually trying to keep it alive, because to be honest, I will still be shocked if I actually go
I wanted to go though, but
yeah.
I was out of town.
Yeah. I think this time, yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in on to our Heroes edition. We hope you enjoyed your public holiday. So today your Wednesday is your Monday.
Yeah, definitely.
And anyone who enjoy on a Monday, either an Jolo Baza or on the Bas.
Yeah, definitely.
So
because
say that. I hope you're saying that today.
Yeah, I hope you're saying that. So yeah, do not forget to come and like and subscribe and follow us on all our social media platforms at 263chat.
www.263chat.com. That's our website. Do not go to Tarabos. I don't do more.
Okay, this is the second time we did it. Do not that www. Yeah.
www.263chat.com.
You find our podcast there as well, and other content that we've created for you are the podcasts that are also under there. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, you can check that out. And from us to you, goodbye. See you.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.